Welcome to this short guide on writing extensions of PyMOL in Python using the PyMOL API. An API, or application programming interface, is a way of enabling a programming language such as Python to communicate directly with programs. In this instance, we use Python to make things happen in PyMOL. This guide will introduce the basic procedure for setting up a PyMOL extension and go through a couple of basic commands such as color and iterate. First, make a Python file. In this instance, it is called nyfunction.py. To get started, PyMOL's API commands are imported by the line from PyMOL import cmd. After this, you can define a function to PyMOL by writing @cmd.extend and then define your function by def. The name of the function is the name that will be used to call it from PyMOL. Arguments inside the parentheses are the arguments that the function will take. Here is a command that can be given one argument, that in this case will be printed in the console. If no argument is provided in PyMOL, then the set default argument hello world will be printed. To make the new command available in PyMOL, the Python file is run from PyMOL's console. This is simply done by the command run if the Python file is in the working directory. Now the extension is available in PyMOL. Therefore, I can use the new command both with and without arguments. Anyway, we can do more than that. Let's look at a function that uses a command from the API, namely color. Here is a simple function that uses the API version of the color command to call all of a given amino acid in everyone's favorite color, firebrick. Notice how arguments for the API color command has to be given in strings. This makes the inbuilt .format function extremely useful for manipulating these commands. The last function that will be introduced in this tutorial is possibly the most important: iterate. This enables the user to iterate through atoms in an object and check if these atoms are in the selection defined in the first argument, and if that is the case, run a command given in the second argument. Here the function is used to add the number corresponding to all aspects in the selection to a list. This list is created within a so-called space, which in practice is just a dictionary. It is considered good practice to add variables to a space so that they don't clutter the PyMOL native environment. A space is therefore created wherein the list is created. First argument for the iterate function is a selection. As iterate runs through all atoms, we write name CA, as each aspect will have exactly one carbon alpha. This way, we avoid duplicates in the list. Beyond that, we restrict the atom to be in an aspected residue, and finally, that the atom has to be inside the given selection. The next argument is a command that runs every time the first argument comes back true for a given atom. Here we tell it to add the number of the residue to a list. Iterate is a function that can be told which space to look for variables in, by setting the space argument to the name of the space to be used. In this case, we use the space MySpace. Let's try the last function. there you go, a list of the number corresponding to each aspartate residue. Thanks for your attention, and good luck creating your own extensions.